The next topic is the Chlamydia. Chlamydia are another group of obligatory intracellular bacterial pathogen. They belong to Chlamydiaceae family, genus Chlamydia. These are also pathogen causing human infections. The major species causing human infections are Chlamydia trachomatis and Chlamydia psittaci and Chlamydia pneumoniae. The Chlamydia trachomatis causing urinogenital infection, trachoma, conjunctivitis, pneumonia, LGV, lymphogranuloma venereum. Chlamydia psittaci causing pneumonia or psittacosis, especially in birds, and Chlamydia pneumoniae causing bronchitis, sinusitis, etc. These are their microbiology showing this is small obligate intracellular parasites contain DNA, RNA and ribosomes. Their gram-negative cell wall, but their cell wall not well characterized, and also inner and outer membrane present. Lipid polysaccharides are present, but no peptidoglycan layer is present. They depend on energy molecules, that is ATP, but they cannot make their own ATP. They depend ATP on host for ATP. For energy transfer, they depend host ATP. The physiology and structure. There are two morphological forms are present in the Chlamydia. The first one is the elementary body and the second one is the reticulate body. The elementary bodies or EB is a small in size ranging 0.3 to 0.4 μm. These are extracellular bodies. They contain rigid outer membrane, resistant, non-replicating, non-metabolically active. They are infectious. Now bind to columnar epithelial cells or macrophages. At that time, these elementary bodies are active. Otherwise, they are metabolically, non-metabolically active, inactive stage outside the columnar epithelial cells or macrophages. And then another one is the reticulate bodies or RB, larger size. They are measuring 0.8 to 1 μm. They are intracellular. They are fragile membrane. They are metabolically active, replicating, but non-infectious. In Chlamydia, there are two forms are present. First one is the elementary body and second one is the reticulate body. Elementary body is non-infectious, non-motile, inactive. But reticulate body is non-infectious, replicating, fragile membrane, metabolically active, intracellular. The developmental cycle of Chlamydia. Elementary body bind to host cell is the epithelial cell or macrophages. They internalize inside the host cell via endocytosis or phagocytosis. Then inhibition of phagosome or lysosome fusion. In any pathogen entering into the host cell or any cell, they automatically induce phagocytosis and lyses the pathogen using the lytic enzyme. But in the case of Chlamydia, same as rickettsiae, these bacteria can easily escape from the process of phagocytosis and by inhibition of phagosome or lysosome fusion. And then these bacteria reorganize into a reticulate body. The elementary body attached to a host cell, that is epithelial cell or macrophage. They entering inside the cell via phagocytosis or endocytosis, and they escape from the lysosome fusion or phagocytosis. Then they reorganize and convert into reticulate body. And then the growth of reticulate body by binary fission. The figure showing first is the attachment of the elementary body into a susceptible cell and entering via phagocytosis, and then they reorganize and then multiplied by binary fission. And then reorganization into elementary body, inclusion bodies. They are developed into inclusion bodies and then release of elementary body. And finally, the host cell lysis or killing the host cell and releasing the new colony. In the case of Chlamydia psittaci, cell lysis occurs. In the cases of Chlamydia trachoma species, extrusion and also Chlamydia pneumonia. These are the figures showing and the Chlamydia life cycle or attacking the host cell. And the elementary body is attached to the endothelial cells, and then they can easily escape from the phagocytosis and they transported or changed to inclusion bodies, and the time 0 to 6 hours. And then this elementary body transferred into reticulate body or changed to reticulate body at the time 6 to 12 hours. The time 6 to 12 hours, the elementary body transisted to reticulate body, and then 12 to 24 hours starting replication, and 24 to 36 hours RBS to reorganize back to EBS. The reticulate body, first elementary body entering into the cell via phagocytosis, they escape from the phagosome and then make an inclusion body, and the reticulate body replicate and then transfer into elementary body again at the time 24 to 36 hours, and 36 to 48 hours they can rupture the host cell or lysis the host cell and release the new elementary bodies into, and then causing infection or affecting the next other cells. These are the Chlamydia life cycle. The major infections causing the Chlamydia trachomatis is the trachoma, inclusion conjunctivitis, pneumonia in infants, urinogenital infections, Reiter's syndrome, and LGV, lymphogranuloma venereum. And the trachoma is the worldwide disease. So poverty and overcrowding are the major reason. It's the endemic disease in Africa, Middle East, Asia, India, Southeast Asia. It's mainly infection of children. And the transmission is the droplets, hands, contaminated clothing, fleas, contaminated birth canal, etc. And the genital tract infections is the mainly causing the biovirus, the trachoma is the sexually transmitted disease. Is especially 50 million new cases or year worldwide is happening. It's the LGV, lymphogranuloma venereum, is prevalent in Africa, Asia and South America. These are mainly caused by the Chlamydia trachomatis species. And the trachoma is the chronic or repeated infection As the symptoms are follicle formation on conjunctiva, scarring of the conjunctiva, eyelids turn in an abrade cornea, mainly ulceration, scarring, blood vessel formation, flow of tears, impeded. These are the secondary infections. The figure is showing the chlamydial infections on the, or it is known as trachoma. The urinogenital infection is mainly in females, is the asymptomatic. Is 80% women are asymptomatic. Is the cervictis, urethritis and salpingitis are severely infected this type of bacteria, and postpartum fever, increased metabolic rate, premature delivery and ectopic pregnancy. So these bacteria, Chlamydia trachomatis is infected and the symptoms are mainly asymptomatic ആയിരിക്കും. പിന്നെ കൂടാതെ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ കൂടി ഇൻക്രീസിങ് റേറ്റിലായി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മെറ്റബോളിക് റേറ്റ് കൂടുകയും സിവിയർ ഹെൽത്ത് പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഉണ്ടാവുകയും ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ലീഡ്സ് ടു പ്രിമച്വർ ഡെലിവറി ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ എക്ടോപിക് പ്രഗ്നൻസി. പ്രഗ്നൻസി അതർ ദാൻ യൂട്രസ് അല്ലാതെ നമ്മുടെ ഓവറിയുടെ ട്യൂബൽ പ്രഗ്നൻസിക്കൊക്കെ ഇത് കാരണമാകും because of the urinogenital infections of the Chlamydomonas trachoma. And the Reiter syndrome is the another syndrome causing this type of bacteria. Is the reactive arthritis. Is the infection characterized by the triad of arthritis, conjunctivitis and non-specific urethritis. ഇതൊക്കെ കൂടാതെ ഉള്ള ഒരു ഇൻഫെക്ഷനാണ് റൈറ്റർ സിൻഡ്രം. ഇതിനെ ഓട്ടോ ഇമ്മ്യൂൺ ഡിസീസസ് എന്നും പറയാം. ഇൻഫ്ലമേറ്ററി സൈനോവിറ്റിസ് ആണ് ലക്ഷണം ആൻഡ് ഇറോഷൻ അറ്റ് ദ ഇൻസെഷൻ സൈറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ലിഗമെൻറ്റ്സ് ആൻഡ് ടെൻഡൻസ്. നമുക്കറിയാം ടെൻഡൻ്റെയും ലിഗമെൻറ്റ്സ് മസിൽസിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ജോയിൻറ്റിൽ പെയിൻ ഉണ്ടാവുക, അവിടത്തെയൊക്കെ ആ സൈനോവിയൽ ഫ്ലൂയിഡ്സ് ആ ലിഗമെൻറ്റ്സിനും ടെൻഡൻസിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് അവിടെ ഇൻഫ്ലമേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവുക, അതാണ് റേറ്റേഡ് സിൻഡ്രോം. And this can be easily diagnosed by antigen detection, ELISA or IF, and serology test and nucleic acid probes are these are widely used for the detection of this Chlamydia trachomatis. And the major antibiotics used for this infections are tetracycline, erythromycin and sulfonamides. Vaccines are of little value. The vaccines are present for this infection, and the treatment coupled with the improved sanitation and also safe sexual practices and treatment of patients and their sexual partners. In any person has identified this Chlamydia trachomatis or this bacterial infection, also the other partner surely take treatment. The next one is the Chlamydia psittaci. Is a parrot fever or ornithosis, is also named as ornithosis or parrot fever. The organism present in birds. Major symptom is or asymptomatic conditions are tissue, fecus, feathers, primarily an occupational disease in veterinarians. നമുക്കറിയാം മൃഗ സംരക്ഷകരിലും മൃഗ ഡോക്ടേഴ്സിലൊക്കെ വരുന്ന ഒരു ഡിസീസായിട്ടാണ് ഇതിനെ കണക്കാക്കപ്പെടുന്നത്. Chlamydia psittaci or parrot fever or ornithosis or is mainly seen on the poultry workers, zookeepers, pet shop workers, etc. The treatment is the and prevention of Chlamydia psittaci is the tetracycline or erythromycin and quarantine of imported birds and control of bird infection. So antibiotic supplementation of food. ഇതാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ മേജറായിട്ടുള്ള പ്രിവെൻഷൻ. നമുക്കറിയാം പുറത്തുനിന്നൊക്കെ കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന ബേർഡ്സിലൊക്കെ ഈ ഒരു ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവരെ നമ്മൾ ക്വാറൻറ്റൈനിൽ വെക്കുക. അതുപോലെ ബേർഡ് ഇൻഫെക്ഷനെ കൺട്രോൾ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ആൻറ്റിബയോട്ടിക് ഇവർക്ക് ഫീഡിൻ്റെ കൂടെ സപ്ലിമെൻ്റ് കൂടെ കൊടുക്കുക. ഇത് ബേർഡ്സിൽ നിന്ന് ഹ്യൂമൻസിലോട്ട് ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ട്രാൻസ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ചാൻസസ് കൂടുതലാണ്. ആൻഡ് ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ ഇസ് ദ